everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you would like, and I apologize for the kind of terrible lighting. It's not as bad as it could be, but it's also not ideal. It's 9:30 at night right now, and I know what you're probably thinking, Mars, why are you starting a video at 9:30 at night? That is because tomorrow is the start of my 72-hour lightning round mini TBR game readathon. That's a whole lot of words. There's this mini readathon going on based on my TBR game that I'm doing with one of the tiers of my Ko-fi memberships, and it's starting tomorrow and it's only running for 72 hours, so 3 days, and I wanted to get ahead and pick my card now and pick up my book ahead of time so that tomorrow morning I wake up and I can just start reading. Now, my goal for this readathon is only to get through 3 books, so one a day, so it's probably not going to be too challenging unless I end up pulling a card that says I gotta pick a gigantic book. Anyway, I have my cards right here, so I will split them up for you so that you can see that I didn't cheat and put specific ones up. Actually, I'm gonna shuffle again because I just feel like this feels like a good spot. We are going to pull our card, and then I'm going to check my list to see what that card means because I don't know most of them off the top of my head because there's 103 prompts, and then I'll pick a book and know what I'm going to start reading tomorrow. So without any further ado, let's just do it. The first card for this readathon for me is the Designer. Ooh, I don't think I've ever pulled this one in my game before. It's one of my favorites. So, a little backstory, I bought this deck at PAX Unplugged, which is like a board game convention in Philly every year, and I actually just went a couple of days ago for this year. I bought this little guy. I can't see him because my hand is in the way. He's a 4-armed skeleton, but 2 years ago when I went, I bought this deck, and I met this woman who is the designer of the deck. She did all of the art, and I just think it's really cool that she gets to be a card in her own deck. And like I said, I don't think I've ever pulled this in my game before, so I don't remember what this prompt is. So I am going to look at my cheat sheet and figure out the prompt and figure out a book so I know what I'm reading tomorrow. Okay, friends, I am back, and I kind of went on a little bit of a journey to find the book that I'll be starting tomorrow, so bear with me as I explain what happened. I consulted my list of prompts, and the prompt for the Designer is a comp title for a writing project. If you didn't know, I have 1,000,001 writing projects, so I could have gone with pretty much any vibe because I just have projects that are all over the place, but I decided to go for a project that I'm currently working on. I'm gonna put this down, I don't know why I'm still holding it. This is my project Bewitched, which is a 4-book kind of urban fantasy, kind of paranormal, supernaturally kind of book. I'm not quite sure how I want to describe it, but the comps that I currently have for it are the Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo meets Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So I could have found a Scooby-Doo book, or I could have found the comics for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I did neither of those things. I actually looked up a list of, like, books that are similar to the show of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina because that's really what I'm comping when I describe my project, because I haven't read the comics, I've only seen the show, and not even the whole show, but that's besides the point. So I went to this list, and the first one on the list was Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which I would love to read. I've never read any books by her before, but I do want to one day. Could not find a copy of that. So I went to the next item on the list, and that is the book that I will be reading. The book is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I've never read any Shay Earnshaw before, but I've heard good things about their books. And The Wicked Deep is about 3 sisters, and someone drowns, so then the sisters are like getting their revenge every year on boys by drowning them in the lakes. I don't know, I only read the blurb once and very quickly before turning on the camera to film this clip, but I'll be reading The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, and it is about 330 pages, so it's pretty short. I should probably be able to finish it all in one day. And I kind of want to start it now, but I'm not going to because the reading doesn't start till tomorrow, and also I'm already in the middle of a book, not one that I'm going to finish tonight. It's a very thick anthology, so I've kind of just been picking at it over the past couple of days, reading a couple stories here and there. I'll finish that eventually. It has nothing to do with this 3-day event. But first pick, The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. I will come back tomorrow when I have an update for you about this book. Hello friends, it is 3:45 in the afternoon on the first day of this 3-day readathon, and I have hit the halfway point of The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. And I think I could still finish it tonight, but maybe not. We'll have to see. I've kind of been reading for the past like 3 hours straight. I did read a little bit this morning when I first woke up. My boyfriend got in the shower first, so I'm like, I'll just sit here and read while I wait for my turn. And I got through the first chapter and a bit, and then I did all the stuff on my to-do list, and I'm like, I'm just gonna read for a while. So that's what I've been doing pretty much the entire afternoon. It's good. I like this book. I think I would have liked it a lot more like 5 or 6 years ago. I think it's a little bit young for my tastes now. I do still love YA, but I think I prefer like new adult and adult slightly more than YA nowadays. This is like if you took Hocus Pocus, but you wanted a coastal setting, like very much water themed. Like, it's very much, if you enjoy Hocus Pocus, I think you will almost definitely like this book. Which I like Hocus Pocus. I don't love it, but I enjoy it, which is the same I'm feeling about this book, really. And, you know, I'm okay with that. But it's a little bit weird. There's chapters that are numbered, but then there's also random sections every few chapters that are like not numbered and they have like a title, like The Harbor or other things. I really don't remember. One was like singing or something like that, just random words. And those are, so the premise of this book is that 200 years earlier in this small coastal town in Washington, Oregon, one of those states, these 3 sisters were drowned under suspicion of being witches, and every year since then there's I think it's a 6-week period is what they said, from June 1st to whatever. These 3 sisters inhabit the bodies of 3 local girls who then drown men in like some sort of revenge. And so the numbered chapters follow our main character Penny, who lives on an island off the coast of this town, and the other sections are kind of like flashbacks to 200 years ago when the sisters were alive. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'm like exactly at the halfway mark, which I think is the perfect place to take a break. I'm gonna go have a snack probably and watch some YouTube, just chill out for a little bit, and I will get back to reading a little bit later. Hello friends, it is 8:47 p.m. and I have just finished reading The Wicked Deep. My opinions haven't changed since the halfway point. This book was fine. It wasn't terrible. I just don't think it was for me. I truly don't believe that there was any way, with the way things were set up, I don't think there was any way that I could have gotten a conclusion that was satisfying to me. Like, I feel like no matter what way they went with it, I just wouldn't have liked it, so I didn't really like how it ended. But that's fine. Weird thing is, I don't think I would consider this a comp title for Bewitched, which is what I chose it for, but I do think this could be a comp title for a project that I was working on in high school that probably won't ever return to because it was just some high school writing project, but it's really funny. I feel like it's very similar to that project that I was working on 10 years ago, but I finished it and I'm very tired. I spent more time reading today than I meant to. It did take like a little bit longer than I thought it would, but it's not like I had very much going on anyway. But I'm gonna pull a new card to see what my next prompt is. So I've got my deck. we're gonna split it. Let's go here. And we're going to see what the next card is. Oh, they're sticking. This is the Sorcerer. So I'm going to, again, like I did with the first card, check my list of prompts and find a book and then come back and talk to you guys about it. So I'll be back in just a moment. I'm back. That was actually very easy for me to pick something. So because Sorcerer is a class card, that means there's 2 prompts because there's 2 of each class card in the deck. So if you pull one, you choose between the 2 prompts, and then if you end up pulling the other one, you have to take the one you haven't already done. But the 2 options for this are a book from my 23 in 2023 list or a book from my 30 by 30 list. So really narrowed my options there, but I've decided to go with a book from my 23 in 2023 list because I've been very bad about actually reading these. Although, not really. I would say I've read a little bit more than half, which isn't as many as I had wanted to read this year. I wanted to read all of them, but it's fine. Most of the things that I haven't read on this list yet are manga, but I'm not going with that. I'm going to be nice to myself. I have a few Shakespeare plays on this list that I haven't gotten to yet, and the one that I'm going to be reading next for this mini readathon is Much Ado About Nothing. I don't really know anything about this. I have never read this one before, but my plan is, I'm sorry if I'm like kind of all over the place. I'm so tired right now. My plan for this is to find a production of it on YouTube because that's how I read pretty much any play, as long as I can find a production of it on YouTube to watch along as I read. And then it'll be very quick. Shakespeare plays are not super long, and I can probably do that tomorrow morning and then pick another card to have another book going by the afternoon. We'll see. I haven't yet made my to-do list for tomorrow, so I don't really know if I have a ton of things going on. But yeah, the next book I'll be reading is Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare, so I'll probably just come back and talk to you about it after I've read it because it's so short. Hello friends, it is 1:45, and I've just finished Much Ado About Nothing. There was actually a version on YouTube with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Fantastic, it's so fun. If you are a fan of those like early 2000s Shakespeare adaptations like She's the Man and 10 Things I Hate About You, then I think you would like that version. It's so fun, but I really enjoyed this. I think this is one of the better Shakespeare plays, and I wouldn't quite rank it above my favorites, which are like Midsummer and Hamlet and Twelfth Night, but like just below that. I think that's where Much Ado About Nothing goes. It's very fun. It's got so much drama. I just love it a lot. If you like banter in couples and like reluctant falling in love, this is your thing. But yeah, now I guess I get to pick another card. Yay! So I've got my deck and we're gonna split it here. Sure. And what card do we have today? The Two of Oozes. So I remember that the oozes are like based on colors. So like each one is a different color on the cover. I don't remember what the 2 is though. So I'm going to consult my document and pick a book, and I will be right back. Okay, so the Two of Oozes is a book with a yellow or green cover, and for this I've decided to go with The Missing of Claire de Lune, which technically, if you saw my TBR video for the month, you would know that this is supposed to be a book in the, what is that called? Beryllium Lightfall mini readathon that's happening. So I should be saving it for that. But, it's 559 pages, which means I'm definitely not finishing it today. And tomorrow, which is the last day of this 72-hour readathon, tomorrow is actually the start of the Beryllium Lightfall. It's from the 9th to the 17th? Maybe? I don't know. But it starts tomorrow. So, if I only read a little bit today, then I feel like as long as I don't hit the halfway point and save the majority of the book for tomorrow, then I can count it for both this and that. I think that's what we're gonna go with, because I don't really feel like reading any other book. I looked on my TBR shelf, which is actually very small right now. I don't have a ton of books I haven't read. I apologize if you can hear my cat trying to get into the office. I'll be quick with this. So then I scrolled through Scribd, and the only thing that I really want to read is The Missing of Claire de Lune, which is book 2 in the Mirror Visitor series. So I'm gonna read that, and I'll come back to you when my cat is making less noise. Hello, friends. It is 9:54, so almost 10 p.m., which is why I'm sitting cozy in bed. But I wanted to update you. My reading gone pretty well. I hit 200 pages. Okay, technically I'm at like 198, but like that's close enough to 200 pages, which means I have 350 more to read. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more reading tonight, but not a lot. Like, just a couple more chapters maybe. So 300 to 350 pages tomorrow is doable, but also if I don't read it all tomorrow, I'm not gonna be mad. I don't have much planned. I have to go grocery shopping, but aside from that, I just want to start another vlog and then finish this one out. So I start it in the morning because The Missing of Claire de Lune is supposed to be part of a different vlog, but it's gonna be in both now. And then I'll finish this one up tomorrow night because these 72 hours will be over. Technically, I have till midnight tomorrow night. I rarely stay up till midnight, so I might not make it that long, but we'll see. How do I feel about this book? It's interesting. I mean, I'm keeping on with it. I feel like we haven't really seen a lot with the whole Missing of Claire de Lune, you know, the title of the book. We've gotten a couple of sprinklings of information about people going missing. There's 2 people who have gone missing, and we learned that one of them has received a weird letter that's similar to a letter that our main character Ophelia has received. But other than that, these past 200 pages have just been a whole lot of everything else. So I'm wondering when we're gonna really get into the meat of the main part of the story, because like, if it wasn't the main part of the story, why would it be the title of the book, you know? I'm excited because we might have a wedding. So Ophelia is from this place called Anima, but she was sent off to the pole for an arranged marriage, and that's supposedly happening on August 3rd in the timeline of the book, and it's July something. I think they said July 27th, 29th, something around there. So I'm assuming the next couple of chapters we're either going to get a wedding or get a reason to not have the wedding. So I'm very excited. I love weddings and stories. I love parties. I love all that sort of thing. So I cannot wait for that. I will probably just read a couple more chapters and then go to bed, and then I will see you in the morning, maybe. I'm really not sure the order of events tomorrow. I'll just see you next time I have an update about the book. Hello, friends. This is going to be kind of a sad end to this vlog because I didn't film anything all day. I know it looks like it's really dark. It's because it is. It is almost 7 p.m., so it's not like late yet, but it's dark outside because it's the winter. Yeah, so I finished The Missing of Claire de Lune. Went grocery shopping this morning and then basically spent most of the rest of the day reading with a couple of breaks in there to do some writing. Finished the book. I stand by the first 200 pages being kind of like, meh, like you could have condensed that a little bit more to get into the action faster. The whole like plot with the missing people, very easy to guess who the culprit is. The like reasoning and everything, I didn't predict that, but like who's behind it, saw it from like the first introduction. Like it was very obvious to me who it was, so that was a little bit meh. But after that reveal, that I saw coming. Didn't see any of the rest of the book coming. Literally, what even was that ending? So much happened. Oh my god. My last update, actually, I don't think it was for this, I don't remember, because I started my other vlog that this book is for, and then I have this vlog to finish out. So I had said at some point in one of them, one of the video clips that I filmed, that there was an impending wedding date and we would have to see if the wedding actually happened. The wedding didn't happen, and then it did, so that was interesting. Then there was some other stuff going on, and there's this one part where you, I think I've mentioned this too, but like there's the ceremony where the married couple like exchange magical powers, and at first it seems like it doesn't work, but our main character Ophelia has 2 different magical powers, and so it's just the one that they wanted to switch over didn't go to her now husband. The other one did, and I'm like, how much, like, even before we learned that the other one didn't go over, I'm like, how much you want to bet he gets that? Because that would be so cool. And then he did, and then the ending, oh my god, I really need to read the rest of the series. So I read the first 2 now, there's 2 more, and I've heard from a couple of people that the last book doesn't hold up to the first 3. I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic. There's still one more. Everyone loves the first 3 books, and then it's just the last one that I've seen people don't really like. I'm going to be optimistic and hope that I like all of them. But, yeah, I guess that is the end of this vlog. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.